Welcome to ecotopiaumedia. I am your host, Melissa McGinnis, joined by my fabulous co-host, Tom Wright. And we have a very special guest in the house today, Stephanie Barger. She is the founder and executive director of the U.S. Zero Waste Business Council.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you very much.
So tell us a little bit, what's this zero waste nomenclature? What's the history of this movement?
Well, it actually started way back with the indigenous people. We had no waste at the beginning of time. Everything was reusable or compostable. So because of all of our consumption and over packaging and items that don't fit into the right bin, we've created a lot of waste. And this waste goes into landfills, goes into incinerators, and most importantly, it goes into the environment. And the environment is not only the natural environment, but our bodies and our children's bodies. So what zero waste is really all about is eliminating that waste. So eliminating it from landfill incineration in the environment. And how do we do that? So
is it possible?
Is it possible? So I think the main thing is it's a journey. It's a vision. So we shouldn't be so set on we have to get to zero waste, because as an absolute, yeah. Any little thing that you can do is going to help improve our economy. It's going to help improve our communities, and for businesses, it's going to help improve their bottom line. And so as individuals, just switching to a reusable cup, reusable shopping bags, just eliminating all the packaging, buying bulk, those type of things are simple things that we can do. Buying organic, buying non-GMO, just not buying as much stuff, that's what's really important. So, but for businesses, it's a whole nother realm that they can go to and really looking at the economics of it.
Is there some sort of formal definition? Is there groups that have formal definition about zero waste? Yeah,
there's an amazing association that's been around for over 30 years. It's the Zero Waste International Alliance, and this is countries all over the world, and it's individuals and organizations, and they have spent the last 30 years developing a definition for zero waste. And you can go to zwia.org for the formal definition, but really the premise is everything is a resource. We shouldn't look at anything as waste. And in fact, what we try and do, the whole zero waste community, is never use the word waste anymore, but put zero waste in front of it. Because even what's in our trash, we should be calling resources and commodities and be looking at it that way. And so they've done a great job of that. It also says to eliminate all toxins, which is part of the waste, and that's what's going into the environment and into our own bodies and into our children's bodies. And just, no burn, no bury. And that really goes to the basics of what we're trying to accomplish of creating a zero waste economy. We don't want to bury or burn jobs.
So to me, it sounds like it has to start with the manufacturing process. It's not like you were talking about beach cleanups in the other chapter we were discussing with you, and how you can do it one day, but it doesn't solve the problem. The problem is in the beginning going upstream. So how important is it that we start to rethink our packaging?
It's the most crucial. Unfortunately, sometimes 90% of the product you're purchasing, what you're paying for is the packaging. And that's really what you're getting is the packaging. I mean, the poor Barbie doll, she used to come in a simple box with 2 or 3 little, string ties. Now there's more packaging than the Barbie, and she's got all these straps, and we all know you can't destroy a Barbie doll. So that's really what it is, and it's costing these companies, millions and millions of dollars. So a simple example is Toyota North America. They were recycling their cardboard boxes, which is great, and they were saving $1 million doing that. But they went to reusable shipping containers. They saved $13 million a year. So this is big money, and it's companies like Hewlett-Packard, like I was saying, Ricoh, they're redesigning their products. So one thing that Hewlett-Packard has done, instead of using glue on the circuit boards, which makes it very hard to take it apart, they're using clips. So it's also designing for recyclability, or designing for it to be reused. And I think consumers they're tired of products that you buy and the next day they break. And yeah, it's cheap, but to have to go and buy a vacuum cleaner every year versus, my mom has a vacuum cleaner that we've had for 20 years, and I can take it down to the repair guy, which is one of the most important ours, is repair. But yeah, packaging is really critical, and we need to look at it from the economics, and I'd love to get with all the product designers and have them go through a zero waste course and take them out to the landfill or take them out to the Pacific Gyre.
So what does U.S. Zero Waste Business Council mean and do to you, being the executive director?
It's a agent of change. So we need to flip everything upside down and really look at how we can redesign and rethink and retrain our employees. And even in our schools, we need to retrain how we're educating people and creating this vibrant zero waste economy. Our economy doesn't work right now, and there's many problems with it. So if we can go to a circular...
It's a non-economical economy.
Exactly, exactly.
We need an economical economy.
Exactly.
Yes, I know.
I think what's interesting, though, is that there are options out there. I know a school just contacted me in regards to having party kits in the classroom that were compostable. They want to teach the youth at a young age that there are options, that you don't have to buy the throwaway. You can actually buy something that goes back into the environment. So I think it's important to keep getting this message out that there are options out there. We don't have to think of waste as waste.
And that's one of the things we really work on, is providing tools. So on our website, we have a resource page that has toolkits, either that we've developed or like EPA has developed an amazing food scrap toolkit. All these resources like Waste Not OC, which was actually developed by the County of Orange Health Department, that tells everybody about
Orange
food.
County, California.
Yeah. Orange County, California.
We looked up Orange County one day and found out there's about 13 of them in the United States.
Yeah, exactly. Florida.
Some of them named after some prince in England,
Yeah. And I think what we really try and do is take it from compostable and recycling, which is great. So it's great they have these party that have compostables, but let's go to the next level. Let's make them reusable party. So we're not even having to deal with putting it in a composting bin and deal with the worms and everything. Just take it home. We all have dishwashers, throw it in there, and you save tons of money. Most restaurants, the break even for using reusables is 30 days. Saddleback School District went to reusables. They serve 8,000 meals a day. Their break even for going with reusable baskets instead of throwaway trays was 30 days. Wow. And they saved thousands and thousands of dollars.
This is in Arizona?
No, this is Orange County.
Orange County.
Orange County, California.
Okay.
So, so the U.S. Zero Waste Business Council doesn't want people to spend time recreating the wheel. We want to get that information out as quickly as possible, and especially the no-brainers that you can do, just making sure you're recycling, using environmentally safe cleaners, vinegar, grapefruit, all of that, reusables, just using less. And one of the big things that we do with companies is a reusable office supply. So we all have tons of office supplies in our drawers. I'm the pen hoarder. So every month these companies go through and they collect everything, and then they set up their own reusable office supply, and then making sure things get donated. I mean, we have so many starving children, starving families, homeless, schools that don't have supplies, and these businesses, are dumping, hundreds of binders and pens and just things that are very valuable. We had St. Joseph Medical Center. They had 30 boxes of binders. I sent it out to my schools and nonprofits. It was gone in 2 days. So, these are valuable. And then more importantly, we need to, like we said, these are resources and commodities that we're putting in our recycling and composting. So we really need to value those. And anything that goes in your recycling bin should be clean and dry. So that way, when it gets to the recycling center, they don't have to clean it up. And we need to take glass out of our recycling bins. It really contaminates paper and plastic. And so I just, really encourage
So a separate stream is
a separate stream for glass.
In Europe, they have not just glass as a separate stream, they have glass as a separate 3 streams.
Colored.
Colored,
They sort by color. Now, you have certification programs at US ZWBC. What are these certification programs?
So we have one for facilities, and this is the opportunity for a company that has diverted over 90% of their waste to apply for certification. So that's the baseline. The goal, of course, is 100% diversion, but we're really not focusing on that diversion. We have over 80 points on our scorecard that a business can reach for. And whether you're going for certification or not, you can take this summary checklist and it's your zero waste plan. It goes through rethink, redesign, retrain, all of that. And then the other one is we need to train an army of zero wasters. And so, there really isn't a lot of college classes or even professional training. So we now have our zero waste business associate professional training. And in fact, we have a class going on today in San Diego and one on November 5th in Boston. And this is really to train professionals and get everybody on the same page, because there's so many different definitions, even for zero waste. I mean, some companies call themselves zero waste and they're sending 40% to waste to energy. That's still wasting. It's still costing the company a lot of money. So really, that's what we're looking forward to, and we're going to keep upping the level on our facility certification and our professional training, so we can really make a difference. That's what I want to do.
And the viewers can be an ambassador, so they need to go to the website and enroll in that program, and also incredible tips for just an individual. I know you help direct businesses, but just as a person, an individual that's watching that wants to make their own impact, definitely visit her website. What is it again?
www.uszwbc.org.
Awesome. Well, I can't thank you, Stephanie.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure.